Hello and welcome, my lovers and my singles, and my couples and my daters. Welcome back with the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. Thank you for joining me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the solution to understanding how you must discuss certain things with your partners. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to break off from the book for a minute because I know you're getting ready for this week of excitement with your mate. And I'm going to talk about those who don't have a mate. I'm going to help you in that department as well. So, this is a good talk about various things that's going to get you ready this week for your excitement that you want to do. And then we're going to, what's going on with my shirt? Then we're going to talk about, go back to the book. How about we do that? We'll take this week to just talk about all things getting excitement with your mate. I'm going to give you different topics. Watch out for it. Make sure you put on that bell notification because this week is going to be a juicy week of information that you are going to want to know about. Okay? So make sure you continue to follow and like. Thank you. I appreciate those who are joining me and look forward to you continue to get information that's going to help you with your relationship. Okay? How about that? All right. So, as I said, I was going to talk to you about why you must discuss your desires with your mate. Now, on the previous videos, you may be checking me out and you watch me. I talked about uh, threesome, love triangle. And so a lot of that is happening today in our relationship. And various people are actually in these type of relationships. And um, some cause harm, some are okay with it. So I wanted to talk about that because the thing is that type of relationship going to work for you? Is this the kind of relationship that you want? So let's discuss that because I want you to understand, what it's about and why it matters. Okay, because you have to discuss not only the type of relationship you want, you have to discuss your desires. Okay. So that's very important. So let's first talk about what is it that you should talk about when you first meet someone, or even just if you haven't, these are some things that you need to consider talking to your mate about. Okay. So now one of them, when if you just now getting into a relationship, now what you should be talking about is uh, what do you like? Okay. Do you want to get married? Do you want to be single? Are you married? Are you single? Those things, these are kind of conversations you should be having with a partner that you are going to possibly have sex with. Okay. Um, you should be having questions about this situation. Here is why it matters. If you don't have a talk and you avoid the talk with this person, if you wait down the road, it becomes to be as though um, you were misleading. You're leading a person to believe that that relationship was something other than what it was. And that's why I talk about you have to have discussions. Okay, you have to talk about your desires, you have to talk about your preferences, you have to talk about what you like and don't like. You have to be honest about those type of desires, even your fantasies, things that make you feel good, what all those type of you understand where I'm going. If you don't talk to the person about your desires, how are you going to have a successful relationship? How that person going to fulfill your desires and your needs? You have to have a conversation about your desires and your needs. And even before you get to that point, you should have already talked about where are we going. You got me? So here's my point. You don't have to, everybody that come into your life have to be somebody that you think you're going to take to the next level. This is your mate. By not. You're going to marry this person. Y'all going to be, you don't know that. You got me? The assumption is the person that you meet, that you hope that this is going to be a successful and loving relationship, right? But you don't know if that actually is going to happen until you getting to know this person. Well, in order for you to have a successful relationship with somebody, you've got to be upfront about your desires. You got to be upfront about what you want and what you don't want, what you like and what you don't like, what you want and what you don't want, what you're seeking. Are you seeking to be in a serious relationship, or are you just seeking to have someone that'll have a involved in a swinging relationship? Are you seeking somebody who willing to be the third wheel? You have to have these type of conversations. So let's get to the sex part. The reason why you got to talk about it is that we each have various desires, right? And those desires sometimes can be sexual fantasies. You should have that talk. If this is the person you want to fulfill it, you don't know if they're not going to fulfill it. You think they won't fulfill it. This is why I be telling people why you don't have a conversation with the mate that you desire. Why you don't have that conversation with that person and say, hey, I like to, do certain things. Why you feel afraid to do that? I'm not. If you are interested in bondage, okay, why you can't tell a person you're interested in bondage? If you have a fetish, tell me your fetish. What's wrong with you telling me that you like your ear to be rubbed on, or you like to push your hand on a person's neck all the time, or you like to look at my toes? Why you can't tell me the fetish? Why you go out and find someone else to fulfill that fetish and not tell me? Or you get on the phone and you talk to someone about your fetish that you paying for. Why you not paying me? It's not making any sense. Do y'all understand? It doesn't make sense. If you have a person that you desire like, why do you don't go to that person to do the things that you go and pay somebody on the outside to do? It don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. If you have pleasures that you want to fulfill, be it masturbation, be it watching porn, being playing with toys, being interested in certain type of positions in your bedroom, talk to the person that you want to have this relationship with and tell them your desires that you're seeking. If you don't tell the person what you're liking and desiring, your chances of having an exciting relationship with that person is not going to work out. And I'm saying that because you have some fear about that person. You got what I'm saying? So something about that person you don't want to do that with. And that's why you find a lot of men out here who cheat. They're thinking, it's this old saying, I don't want to see my wife do this. Why? Why are you going to go out and find somebody else to fulfill your desires? Why are you going to have a conversation or a discussion with somebody else about your desires? And you're married. I mean, it just, you are the person that is in control of your feelings and your emotions. And if you are a married individual, you should want your mate to know what you like and don't like, and not seek someone on the outside to fulfill it. If that person that you are married to can't fulfill that, are you sure you're in the right relationship? And I'm not trying to get anybody in a relationship. Because I don't do that kind of talking. I actually believe in if it's something that you want with somebody, and you went that level, try your best to work it out. But if it gets to a point that you're uncomfortable with talking about your sexual desires or your fetishes, if you're unable to reveal your desires, um, even possibly your past things that you may have done in the past, if you feel that way, then that's probably not your mate. So, ladies, you got to start paying attention to what you learn in the conversation that you have with your mate. If you're not getting this type of information and conversation with the person that you are going to have a sexual encounter with, and they don't talk about any of those type of things, they just want to quickly get in and get out. And sometimes you have to rethink about what makes you happy and feel good. Don't just get with anybody just to fulfill an emptiness or a lack. You know, look for someone who is going to give you what you really truly want. If you want a mate, then look for that person. Look for a mate. You know, look for a mate that's going to make you happy. Look for somebody that's going to fulfill your desires and your needs. You see, don't just settle for someone that don't want to have a true conversation about what really makes them feel good and makes them happy. Okay, so I hope the information I just gave you on this talk, it was just a talk I wanted to talk about in regards to, before we go into these next days, talking about subjects that's going to have to do with getting you excited with your mate. So I need to clarify, if I want to talk about these other days, you got to be ready for this. You got to be able to have this conversation, okay? You got to be ready to have the conversation with your mate about your desires, okay? So we'll be back. Thank you for watching me and sharing. Make sure you go to the link in the description. I'm going to get things together where I'm going to have some products for you that will make them excited for you in the bedroom or whatever you need. We're going to have that. And just remember, love is what I love doing. I love helping you understand love, find love, get love, and keep love, you know, and just getting you ready. You know, just getting you ready. So thank you for being with the Love Dr. Pamela Smith. We will be back as we talk all week about love, relationships that's going to help you. And there might be a little risque ones. You know, we're going to talk about them to get you ready in the bedroom. All right. Got to get you ready.